Welcome to World Storytelling Cafe, and it is Friday. Therefore, it is stories for children of all ages, 0 to 100. And our teller tonight, or today, or this afternoon, wherever you are in this big wide world, is none other than the enormous, the wonderful. I mean, enormous in spiritual stature. Uh, on with his pre-Watermelon Day performance, uh, the inimitable Baba C. Take it away, Baba.
You and Mike and Norman like to make me blush. And you may not be able to see it, but I can. I bid you well, and I'm glad to see that you're so busy. And I'm excited about doing today. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, young and old, I am Baba C, and I am a Griot master storyteller, for those that may not know. And today is part of my celebration for my 72nd birthday, which is officially on Sunday, August 4th. But I am Leo and celebrate all month long, all month long. Anyhow, so that's that. So I'm excited about today. And I have a whole lot of stories to tell. And I had them all lined up in my head. And then the moment John Rose said that we were on the air, they went out of my head. So I'm going to tell a short story, and this one's really short, especially for me. And it's one that I'm learning. And this story is about a young man, and this story can take place almost anywhere in Africa or in the American South, in the United States. But there's a young man who has a task, and his task is that he has to go to another village. He has to go on a journey, and he has to go to another village, and it's going to take him a little while to get there. And he has to go through some uncharted waters. He has to go through some villages he doesn't know. He has to encounter things that he's not used to because he's a young guy. He has, he's at home, which is, that's okay. And he hasn't traveled the world very much, and he's nervous. So he goes to see the wise lady of the village and explains to her that he's ready to do this, but he's nervous, he's afraid. And she says, just one moment. I have something that will help you. And she goes into her house and she comes back out and she gives him a stone. It's an interesting looking stone. She gives him a stone and she places it in his hand. And she says, keep the stone with you always. It's a magic stone. And any difficulties you may come into, it will resolve. The young man thanked her, Asante Sana Nana, and that means thank you very much in Swahili. And he kept the stone. Now, in some stories, he ties the stone around his neck. Others, he put it in his pocket. But in some places, they don't have pockets, but he kept the stone. And he began to embark upon his journey with just a change of clothes, a meager amount of food, and a few coins. And he sets out. And not a day into his journey, he meets his first challenge. It is raining so hard that it reminds me of the expression of cats and dogs. Oh, by the way, historically, it has literally rained cats and dogs in parts of Europe. It's rained snakes and it's rained fish. But that's another story. And it's raining so hard. He doesn't know what to do. And he's soaking wet and he's cold and he wants to give up, but he's holding the stone and he's thinking, and he's, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And he spies a cave and he scurries into the cave. It's not a deep cave. It's not an animal's lair. It's just a cave. And he sits there. And he's able to start a little fire. Don't ask me how. He's able to start a little fire and he keeps himself warm and he waits for the storm to abate. And abate it does, which is not to be confused with fishing. That's another bait altogether. We could debate that, but we won't. That was for you, Norman. So he resumes his journey and he starts walking and walking and walking. And as he's walking, he hears an animal, and he realizes he's being tracked because he's looking for food, but he realizes this animal might be looking at him as food. And he's not quite sure what kind of animal it is, but he starts walking and walking and walking. He picks up his pace. He's trying not to run because he knows running is a signal to an animal to attack you. And he's walking faster and faster, but he hears the animal growling and he hears it breathing. Oh, no, that'd be a different type of breathing. And he begins to pick up his pace. And now, despite knowing better, he begins to run. He can hear the animal closing in on him. And he comes to a tree and he leaps up in the tree and he climbs high up in the tree. And fortunately, the animal that's chasing him can't climb trees. And he sits there and he waits. The animal waits, he waits. The animal waits, he waits. The animal waits, he waits. Finally, the animal decides, he's not worth it. There's something else I can go eat. And he goes away. The young man waits to make sure the animal is indeed gone, comes down, and he resumes his journey. And he comes to a village. And he gets to the village, and now he's hungry because his meager supplies are gone. He doesn't know what he's going to do. He's ready to give up the journey, but he has to get to this other village because he's been entrusted to convey a very special message. And just as he's about to just give up, a schoolboy approaches him and asks him some questions. Oh, you're from the other village. You're from, and he says, yes. He says, Nana is expecting you. She is? Yes, come with me, come with me, come with me. And he goes with the boy and he goes to his nanas. And a nana can be a grandmother or an aunt. Some places it can even be a mom. They put him up for the night. They feed him. He actually gets a change of clothes. And the next day he embarks upon his journey. And every time he comes into a challenge and he's just about to give up, he clutches a stone and somehow his challenge is resolved. A month later, he returns to his village. He has new clothes on. He has fresh food and vegetables and stuff. He has more than a few coins in his pocket. And he gets back to the village and he makes straight to the wise woman's house. And she bids him in and he sits down and he says, my journey was successful. But there were times that I didn't think I was going to be able to make it. There were times when I've been chased by animals. I've been rained upon. I had to swim across a river and almost didn't make it. And every time I was about to give up, I clutched the magic stone and it gave me the power to overcome. And she looked at him and she said, son, there is no magic in that stone. It's an ordinary stone. The magic is in you. And because you believed that you could succeed in your journey, you were successful. Because you believed that you could overcome your obstacles, you overcame your obstacles. Because you believed that you could deliver the message that was entrusted to you to the other village and return here safely, you were able to do it. The stone was just a reminder, but the magic is in you. I like this story because the magic is in us. So often we look outside of ourselves for happiness. We look outside of ourselves for everything but what we mostly need. There's an old saying that says, first you must love yourself before you can love others or be loved by others. There is magic in each and every one of us. And sometimes during the darkest hours, what's the other one? It is darkest before the dawn. Sometimes in the darkest hours, we have to reach inside ourselves and we have to reaffirm our belief in ourselves so that we can succeed. We are often our worst critics, but we are also often our best companions, our best source of information, our best source for being successful. So in this story, the magic stone represents the magic in all of us. Oops, I stepped on a pin and the pin bent. And that's the way that story went. Asante. That's a new story for me, but I really like it. I really like it. Um, I want to try another story. This story was inspired. I have been blessed. I am blessed to work with some very wonderful and magical people, and to tell stories with some very wonderful and magical people. And Mama Aliyah is one such person. And we were telling stories to a group of youngins. I'll say between 3 and 8 years old. And she told me a story that's from Indonesia about a mouse deer. And the strange thing about it is that the mouse deer is neither a mouse nor a deer. But she told me the story, and I said, well, I like that story. I got to tell that story. And I give her acknowledgement, although she got the story from another source, and I'm not sure the source it is. So I have adapted the story, and I have a story, an African American version, and I have a African American slash African version. And they're different animals in each version. So I'm going to tell the African version. And in the African version, there is an aardvark wolf, which is strange because, like an aardvark, but it's an aardvark wolf, but he's not a wolf. In some stories, he's an aardvark jackal or an aardvark hyena, but he's not a hyena, nor is he a jackal. But the aardvark wolf is a small, scruffy looking animal, kind of looks like a dog, and it has brown fur and splotches on it. So there's an aardvark wolf, there's a lion, and there is an antelope, and there is an elephant. A long time ago, so long ago that Norman, John Rowe, and Baba C's beards were not gray. See, I forgot what color their hair was originally. Were not gray. So long ago that there was a lot of pep in our steps, and we had not a care in the world, and that was a long time ago. So long ago, if you took the age of everybody who's watching us today and added it up, it was longer than that. One day, the aardvark wolf was walking, and like a lot of people today, he wasn't paying attention to where he was going. Now, today, people walk around with their iPads and their phones, and they don't pay attention to where they're going, and they walk out in the streets, and they walk into fountains at the malls and all kinds of silly stuff. But he didn't have any of that. He just was not paying attention to where he was going. I guess he was trying to figure out why everybody called him an aardvark wolf when he wasn't a wolf. In fact, when I say he was an aardvark wolf, but he wasn't a, I want you to unmute and go wolf. He was an aardvark wolf, but he wasn't a
Woof. Woof.
Okay. Woof. All right. And the aardvark wolf, who wasn't a wolf, was walking around and he fell into a hole. I mean, it was a deep hole. How deep was it? It was so deep, 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 deep. It had an echo, 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 echo. But I'm not going to do that through the whole story, because it'll wear me out. But it'll come and go. And he fell into this deep hole, and dust was flying everywhere. And the only thing in the hole was a little leaf. I'm not going to do the joke about belief in yourself. Don't worry, I'm not going to do that one. And he tried to jump out the hole. Couldn't do it. He tried to jump out the hole, but he couldn't do it. He tried to jump out the hole, but what? He what? He tried to jump out the hole, but he what? Come on, everybody say he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. You're not going to say it. Okay, all right. But he couldn't do it. He was sitting there, going, oh, but anyhow. So he sat down, he looked at the leaf, and he looked at the leaf, toyed with the leaf, because he didn't have anything else to do. And along came a lion. Now, I'd be lying to you if I told you it wasn't a lion, but it was a lion. And he wasn't lying around. But the lion looked down the hole and he saw the aardwolf that wasn't a what?
Wolf.
Thank
Wolf.
you, Norman.
Yeah.
He wasn't the cat either, but that's all right. But he saw the aardwolf down the hole. He said, hey, 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 what are you doing down there? There. And aardwolf said, the world's about to be destroyed. And the only safe place is in this hole. And I didn't want to be up there when the world's destroyed, so I jumped down this hole so when the world's destroyed, I'll be survived. And the lion said, whoa, 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 whoa. The world's going to be destroyed? Yes. Well, how do you know this? See this leaf? It's magic. And the spirit in this leaf told me that the world's about to be destroyed and the only safe place to be is down in this hole. So the lion, being the wise person he was, said, well, I want to be safe. And he jumped down the hole. And when he jumped down the hole, he stirred up some dust at the bottom of the hole. And the aardwolf said, whatever you do, don't sneeze, don't sneeze, don't sneeze. Well, why not? Because if you sneeze, you got to be thrown out of the hole. And you'll be up there when the world's destroyed. Oh, okay. So they sat there looking at the leaf. The lion was looking at the aardwolf. The aardwolf was looking at the lion. Aardwolf heard the lion's stomach growl. But before the lion could help himself to lunch, an antelope appeared at the edge of the hole. He said, hey, what are you guys doing down there? There. And the aardwolf, that wasn't a
wolf.
He said, the world's about to be destroyed, and the only safe place to be is down here in this hole. Well, how do you know that? See this leaf? Yes. This leaf is magical, and the spirit in this leaf told me this is the only safe place to be when the world is destroyed. And the antelope thought, well, I don't want to be up here when the world's destroyed. So the antelope leaped into the hole and stirred up some dust. Don't sneeze. Why not? Because if you sneeze, we got to throw you out of the hole and you'll be up there when the world's destroyed. So the lion kept the antelope from sneezing. And they sat there, and they sat there, and the lion looked at the aardwolf that wasn't a wolf. He looked at the antelope. He looked at the aardwolf, and his stomach was growling. Well, as they sat there looking at the leaf, trying to figure out what to do while waiting for the world to end, and they heard a loud noise, and the ground began to shake. And the noise got closer and closer, and the ground shook, and the noise got closer and closer. All of a sudden, there was an elephant looking down in the hole. And the elephant said, what are you doing down there in that hole? And the lion, before the aardwolf that wasn't the wolf, spoke up real quick. He said, because this is the only safe place to be. The world's about to be destroyed. So we're down this hole so we can survive. Well, how do you know the world is going to be destroyed? Because the aardwolf told us. Well, how does he know? And the aardwolf said, see this leaf? This leaf is magical. And the leaf told me the world's about to be destroyed. And the only place that was safe is down here in the hole. And the elephant thought, well, I don't want to be up here when the world's destroyed. And the elephant leaped down the hole. Whoa, everybody had to step back because that's a big elephant. The elephant landed down, a lot of dust got flying. And no, don't sneeze. Why not? Because if you sneeze, you got to be thrown out of here and you'll be up there when the world's destroyed. So quickly, the lion held the elephant's nose, the elephant held the antelope's nose, and the antelope held the aardwolf's nose. until the urge to sneeze was gone. And they sat there and they waited. The lion's stomach started growling. Elephant gave him that look like don't even. And they sat there and they sat there. And the dust got stirred up again. And the aardwolf, and the lion put his finger up to the aardwolf's nose to keep him from sneezing. Aardwolf said, I'm okay now, I'm okay now. The lion removed his finger. Achoo! Elephant looked at him and said, you know what that means. You got to get out of here. And before the aardwolf could move, the elephant grabbed him with his trunk, swung him around and swung him and threw him out of the hole. Aardwolf, that wasn't a wolf, landed on the ground near the hole, brushed himself off, dropped the leaf down the hole, looked down there at the antelope and the elephant and the lion, and he said, see ya. And he walked away. Now, I don't know if the lion ever decided to have lunch. I don't know if the elephant decided to punish the lion so he wouldn't even think about lunch. I don't know what happened to the three people that were left down the hole, the three animals left down the hole. But I do know this. In spite of the lion's strength, in spite of the antelope's speed, in spite of the lion being king of the jungle and so wise, they were all outwitted by a little scruffy animal called an aardwolf that wasn't a wolf. And I guess you could say one of the lessons in this story is it's not about your physical prowess that gets you out of situations. It's about how you use your brain, your mind, and the power of belief that will resolve and find relief for any challenge that you may face. So if you find yourself in a hole and there's a leaf in that hole with you, believe in yourself that you'll get out of that hole. Asante. Like that one. Hey, Lucy, how you doing?
Hi there. Yeah, that was lovely. Thank you. That was very funny. So if it wasn't an aardwolf, was it a soft wolf?
If it wasn't an aardwolf, was it a what wolf?
A soft wolf.
That's a good question. I think if it wasn't an aardwolf, it might have been an even wolf. But that's really stretching the joke. You know?
That's all right. You're quite comfortable stretching jokes, I remember. It's good to see you.
So, keeping the theme of animals and wisdom and stuff like that, I want to tell a story about the bossy elephant. Now, I don't like to change stories if it changes the essence, but the protagonist in this story is an elephant named Elsie. There's Elsie the elephant, Jeffrey the giraffe, Henry Hippo, and Monique the monkey. And this story comes from one of the many islands in the Americas. Some people tell me it's from Jamaica. Some people tell me it's from Barbados. Some people tell me it's from the island of I don't know. But I like the story. And also the story is told in remote parts of the American South, not to be confused with South America, but the American South. So it's called the Bossy Elephant. And it's called the Bossy Elephant because Elsie was bossy. I mean, she was bossy. If she worked for someone, she would have been bossing them around. But they were all young, and Elsie decided that they should do something. It's a nice day. We should do something. And Jeffrey said, yeah, we should. Hippo said, yeah, we should. And Monique said, yep, we should. And so they were trying to figure out what to do. And Jeffrey said, why don't we go find some tall trees? And Elsie said, nobody want to do that. Nobody want to go find no tall trees. We're not going to do that. Henry Hippo said, I know. We can go swimming. But Elsie said, no. Nobody want to go swimming. Who want to go swimming? No, we're not going to do that. And Monique the monkey said, well, we could climb trees. Nah, nobody want to do that. Who wants to be climbing? We ain't got no time to be climbing trees. Well, what are we going to do? I know. We're going to play follow the leader. And since I'm the smartest one, I'll be the leader and you have to follow me. But I'd rather go swimming. No, you don't. I'd rather go find tall trees. No, you don't want to find no tall trees. I want to climb the trees. You don't want to climb. And what do you want to climb a tree for? We're going to play follow the leader. And since I'm the smartest one, I'm the leader. Everybody get behind me and follow me. Well, this is not the first time that they dealt with Elsie. And it was easier to go along with her than it was to argue with her. Because when you argue with her, it would go in one ear and come out the other. If it made that far. So they're following Elsie around. And Elsie doesn't know where she's going. She's just walking. And she's busy telling everybody else what they should be doing. And you be following me because I'm the smartest one. And you need to be following me because I know what I'm doing. And you don't need, and Jeffrey, you need to leave those trees alone. And Henry Hippo, I don't know why you want to be in the water all the time. And you little monkey, you always climbing from tree to tree. You need to find yourself someplace to stay and stay there. Y'all need, that's why y'all got to follow me because I'm the smartest one. Y'all got to follow me because I'm the smartest one. And yeah, but Elsie wasn't paying attention to where she was going. And Elsie was, she was looking back at the line and she turned around and walked straight into a branch of a tree that was just wide enough for her head to fit into the branch. But she couldn't pull herself out of the branch. It was one of those fork branches, not to be confused with the spoon branch. And she pulled, but she couldn't get loose. She pulled, but she couldn't get loose. Now, ordinarily, I'd give you parts of the story, but people are so raptured in the story, they're not, when I say call, they're not responding, so I'm going to do it. She pulled. What did she do? She pulled. But she couldn't get loose. Jeffrey the giraffe started laughing. Henry Hippo started laughing. Monique the monkey was rolling on the ground, just laughing. And they left her. Come on, everybody, we're going to go swimming. That sounds good to me. And they just left her. And she's pulling. She can't get loose. Up on a hill up yonder. And by the way, if anyone ever tells you to go down yonder or you just walk yonder, yonder's always longer than you want to walk. All right? Southern expression. You're going yonder. Anyhow, Elijah's sitting up on a hill looking at Elsie's predicament. And so Elijah gets up and very casually begins to walk down the hill until he reaches Elsie. And he looks at Elsie and says, "Hello, Elsie." "Hello, Elijah, sir." "You seem to be stuck." "Yeah, I am." "Well, how did that happen?" "I don't know. I was with my friends and they wanted to do stupid stuff, and I told them we can't do stupid stuff. Nobody want to do that stuff. And I was telling them what to do, and we were playing follow the leader, and I'm the leader because I'm the smartest one. And I was telling them to follow me, and I was telling them that they didn't need to go swimming because no one wants to go swimming or climbing trees because who needs to be climbing trees or looking for tall trees? And I wasn't paying attention to where I was going. I turned around and I got stuck, and now I can't get loose." Sounds like a predicament. Well, where are your friends? "I don't know. They were laughing and then they just left me." Well, Elsie, can you get loose? "No, I've been trying. Well, Elsie, I'm going to help you out. So the lion, being the wise lion that he was, jumped up into the tree and smacked Elsie on the trunk. And Elsie went, "What?" and pulled herself free of the limb. "What did you do that for?" "Well, are you still stuck in the tree?" "No." But you're smart, but you were still stuck in the tree." "Yes." "Are you stuck now?" "No." "Elsie, what's the lesson you learned?" As smart as I am, I couldn't figure out how to get loose from the tree." That's one way of looking at it. What else?" "Where are your friends?" "I don't know. They left me." "Why do you think they left you, Elsie?" Uh, 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 because I'm always bossing them around and never want to do what they want to do, and I make them follow me because I'm the smartest one around. "And while you're stuck in the tree, what do you think they're doing?" "They're probably off someplace having fun." "I was supposed to teach you, Elsie, um, that I don't always have to be in charge, and that I should listen to other people and sometimes let them be in charge and follow them and do the things they want to do." "Well, Elsie, my job is done. I'll see you later. Have a nice day. Go find your friends." And with that, the elephant, take two. And with that, the lion jumped down from the tree, went back up on the hill to survey his kingdom. Elsie came down by the watering hole, and her friends were in the watering hole, which is very strange because I didn't know that that giraffes like to get in water, but that's another story. And they were having fun, and they saw Elsie, and they kind of froze. She said, I don't want to stop you from having fun. I just came to apologize because I'm always telling everybody what to do, and I never want to do what you want to do, and you do have some good ideas, and so I should listen to you too." And Henry Hipple said, "So okay, you're gonna do what we want to do?" "Uh-huh. What do you guys want to do?" And Jeffrey Giraffe said, "I want to play tag." And the monkey said, "Yeah, I want to play tag too." "Yeah, let's play tag." And Elsie went, "But I want to play tag too." And so they went off in the forest playing tag, and then tag turned to hide and seek, and it was Elsie's turn to hide. They didn't seek her for a long time, but finally they found her because she had learned her lesson. And I'm told that they played games for the rest of the day. In fact, for the rest of the week, and had a good time. And Elsie learned to follow the leader when the leader was somebody else. I like this story because at some point in your life, you meet somebody who's really bossy. I had someone who was always telling me what to do and how what I was doing wasn't right. And then I had to pull a trump card. Ooh, I said that name. I had to do something I don't usually do. I said, "First, you're not my supervisor. I'm your supervisor." "No, you're not." I said, "Well, when you get paid this Friday, look whose signature is on your check." That was my bossy person. And after that, it was like, oh, if you're really smart as you think you are, you know there are times when it's time to listen and follow other people. If you're as smart as you think you are, then you know that other people have ideas too, and that your idea may not necessarily be the best one, and that's okay. Because a true leader leads by inspiring people, not by bossing and threatening people. So I say the best leader is a reluctant leader, someone who doesn't want to be a leader, but steps in because things need to be done. So be a true leader and listen to others. Be a true leader and inspire others to follow you or just to be a better person. Asante. I like that story. In fact, I think I'm gonna do a short video of that story. Wow. What's that? 3 stories I've run through in We're only halfway through the hour. Do you want to say something, John Rowe? If you do, you have to unmute.
Well, I wasn't going to, but as you have invited me, I think if you think I'm going to do what you say next time I meet you, yeah, okay, I probably will actually. That's a lovely story. Lovely story. 10 minutes, 10 minutes takes to our normal 3/4 an hour. That'd be
Okay.
great. Little
All
10
right.
minute story would be marvelous.
All right. So just give me a moment.
Good and good to see you back, Barbara.
Say that again.
Good to see you back on the screen.
Oh, it's good to be back. I won't go into details, but everybody, when I got back from Marrakesh, everything went bottoms up. And but now I'm in a safe place. I have my own place. I'm liking my place. When I finish fixing it up, I'll give a tour. It's not a big place, so the tour will be about that long. Ouch. And but I'm loving it, and I really missed being with the World Storytelling Cafe, because this is stories pump through my heart. I like that, Manuela. So I'm glad to be back. A long way around to saying I'm glad to be back. So and tend to be back. I'm looking forward to being in Marrakesh. Yes. Yay! Okay, so I think, hey, there you are. I've been asking about you. How have you been?
I'm good. I'm very good.
Are you keeping
you? I'm just sat over there listening to you.
All right. Well, I'm sitting here listening to me too. So
tell us a story, Baba.
All right. So I have a story that allegedly is from Argentina. And I have to say allegedly because I find that a lot of the stories, like I tell a story that was supposed to be from Ethiopia, but when you listen to all the characters in the story, it's not Ethiopia. But that's okay. Stories do that. They travel from place to place. And this story is about, and I have to get my little reminder card, Pojito, Pornijo. I better say little rabbit. My Spanish is not good. When I speak Spanish, I speak it with a French accent. That's not good. But this story is about a little rabbit. And this little rabbit lives with his mama. Well, he's a little rabbit. Of course he lives with his mama. He's a kid. And he and his mama have a nice time, and she cooks and she fills him up with all kinds of wonderful foods and stuff. And so come summer, she says to him, you need to go visit your Aunt Maria. Oh, he had a sweet Auntie Maria who loved to dance. And when she danced, everyone went, ooh la la. You need to go visit your Auntie Maria because she has not seen you in a long time. And when you go, she's going to fill you with cakes and, or as they say in the UK, pudding. And she's going to feed you with cookies and cakes and puddings and pies and all wonderful sweets and good food too. So you need to go visit her. Yes, Mama, I will do that. And so the little rabbit set out to go visit his sweet Auntie Maria, who loves to dance. And when she dances, everyone goes, ooh la la. As he's hop, 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 hopping to it, he notices a fox following him. And he keeps hop, 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 hop. And the fox gets in front of him and says, my. I was just thinking about lunch and along you came. And the little rabbit said, oh, Mr. Fox, El Zorro. Sidebar. When I was a child, many, many centuries ago, we had a program on Sunday called The Wonderful World of Disney. And they had a mini series going on about Zorro. And I didn't know until about a month ago that Zorro meant fox. But anyhow, back to our story already in progress. said, you don't want to eat me now. I'm just skin and bones. I'm on the way to see my sweet Auntie Maria, who loves to dance. And when she dances, everyone goes, ooh la la. And she's gonna fill me up with cakes and pudding and pies and all kinds of wonderful sweets. And then I'll be rotundo, I'll be round, I'll be fat. And when I come back, and I promise I'll come back, then you can eat me. Okay, I'm gonna let you go. But you better come back. Don't make me look for you. And so the little rabbit went hopping away. And so the little rabbit kept on hopping. And after a while, the little rabbit noticed a lion standing in front of him. And the lion said, I was just thinking about lunch, and there you are. Oh, Mr. Lion, you don't want to eat me. I'm just skin and bones, but I'm on the way to visit my sweet Aunt Maria, who loves to dance. And when she dances, everyone goes, ooh la la. And she's going to fill me with cakes and pudding and pies and all kinds of wonderful sweets and make me so fat. Then you can eat me. Well, that does sound better. All right, I'm going to wait right here for you, but you better come back. And so little rabbit kept on hopping and hopping and hopping and hopping. I wonder if he gave birth to hip hop. But that's another story. And he kept on hopping and hopping and hopping until he noticed a tiger standing in front of him. And El Tigre said, I was just thinking about lunch, and there you are. Oh, El Tigre, Mr. Tiger, you don't want to eat me. I'm just skin and bones, but I'm on the way to go visit my sweet Aunt Maria, who loves to dance. And when she dances, everyone goes, ooh la la. And she's going to fill me up with cakes and pies and pudding and all kinds of wonderful sweets and make me so fat. Then you can eat me. Well, that does sound better. Okay, but you better come back. And so the little rabbit got up to his aunt's place. She was so glad to see him, and she pinched his, you know about that. She pinched his cheeks, and she hugged him so tight. And she said, oh, I'm so glad you're here. I'm going to fill you up with all kinds of cakes and pies and pudding. And you just, and I'm also going to give you vegetables and other stuff to make you strong, because the sweets are good, but you need to have some good food too. And he stayed there, and she stuffed him, and she stuffed him, and she stuffed him until, well, let's just say he was rather roly-poly. I won't call him fat. And then he looked at, he said, sweet Aunt Maria, I'm loving staying with you, but I got to get back to Mama. I know she misses me, but what seems to be the problem, my little one? On the way here, I met El Tigre, the tiger. I met the lion, and I met Zorro, the fox, and they all want to eat me. And I promised them that I was coming here to get fat, and I'd come back and they can eat me, but I don't want to be eaten. She says, And using the wisdom that it seems that women are just born innately with, she said, I know what we're going to do. And she found a barrel, and she cut a little hole in the barrel so that he could breathe. And she put him in the barrel, and then she sealed the barrel. She said, we're going to roll this barrel down the hill. And the barrel should roll all the way back to your mama's place. But what if they stop me? Well, if they do, this is what you do. So she rolled the barrel down the hill, and the barrel started rolling. And the tiger saw the barrel, and he started running after the barrel. And he tried to hop on the barrel. The barrel kept on rolling. The tiger's trying to stop the barrel, but the barrel kept on rolling. Tiger's trying to stop. The barrel kept on rolling, and the tiger fell off. Couldn't keep up with the barrel. And the barrel kept on rolling. And the lion saw the barrel coming, and the barrel was coming fast, and the lion hopped out of the way because he didn't want to get rolled over by the barrel. And the barrel kept on rolling, and now it picked up a lot of speed, and the barrel was rolling really, really fast. and the fox was sitting there just waiting in the cut. That's an old Southern. That's an old. That's not really a Southern saying. It's kind of an old urban saying. Waiting in the cut. He was waiting, and he saw this great big barrel coming. And he went, "Oh no!" And he leaped out of the way, and the barrel kept on rolling, and it rolled until he got down to his mama's house. It passed his mama's house, hit a tree, and the barrel popped open, and out hopped the rabbit. And the mother went, "Goodness gracious, what was all that for?" "Mama, when I was on the way to see sweet Aunt Marie, who loves to dance, and when she dances, everyone goes, ooh la la, I ran into a fox, I ran into a lion, and I ran into a tiger, and they all wanted to eat me, but I told each of them that I was on the way to Auntie Maria's place where she was going to feed me on all kinds of sweets, but she also fed me with fruits and vegetables to make me strong, strong, strong. And I told them I would come back and they could eat me then. But then I told Aunt Maria what was going on, and she put me in the barrel, and she started to roll the barrel down, and she said, whatever you do, don't come out this barrel." And so when I was rolling down the hill, the lion leaped out the way, the tiger ran out the way, and I heard the fox going, "Oh no!" And he ran out the way too. And the barrel rolled all the way back down here and hit that tree, popped open, and "Here I am, Mama." And she hugged him and she pinched his cheeks. What is with this cheek pinching? I'm 72 and I have aunts who, if they see me, they want to pinch my cheeks. Anyhow, that's another story. And she said, "Wow, you've had quite the adventure." He said, "Oh, Mama, and I can't wait to go see Aunt Maria again." Because and they both said, "Yes, because sweet Auntie Maria loves to dance. And when she dances, everyone goes, ooh la la." And I guess the moral or one of the lessons in this story is the challenges you have in life as you get older, as you go up the hill, may seem insurmountable, but you've got to keep on keeping on. And sometimes the solutions to the challenges in life can be as simple as rolling in a barrel. Simple as rolling in a barrel. Because when you roll in a barrel, you get around. Oops, I stepped on a pin, the pin bent, and that's the way that story went. Asante Sana.
Thank you. That was a barrel full of laughs.
Thank you. I'll tell a story about a barrel full of monkeys, but that's another tale.
Fantastic. Well, Bavasi, that was a great evening.
Thank you.
Or afternoon in your case.
Yes.
And
can I do one unabashed plug? May I do one unabashed plug? I'll make it quick. Tomorrow's Watermelon Day in Washington, D.C. It's the 15th anniversary of Watermelon Day, but it's also part of my celebration of turning 72. And Sunday is the actual date of the blessed event of when I emerged into this world. All right.
Right. Well, happy birthday for Sunday.
Thank you.
Or happy Earth Day, depending on what you're saying. So, what have we got coming up? Well, we're not doing Worldwide Story Round until September. We're having a little break for the summer. It's just Mike and I and everyone are just got very thin for the summer. People will insist on taking holidays and such, or in my case, working at 1,000 festivals. But next Friday, we've got Bob Kanigos as we cross the Atlantic one more time. We go down to New Mexico from Washington, D.C. And so I'm looking forward to that. We haven't had Bob on for a while. And then Wednesday week, it's usually the first Wednesday of the month. It's going to be second Wednesday this time. We've got Justin Mears, Tales and Tunes. And so it will go on through the summer. I've got to put a new schedule together for the rest of August. That'll just be Fridays. And but thank you all for being here. Meanwhile, thank you, Waleed. Thank you, Mike and Lucy, for being our hosts in all sense. And thank you, Baba C, for the stories, and the rest of you for attending. Good to see you, Norma. Good to see you, Manuela.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Ciao.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, BBC. Enjoy your
Thank you.
watermelon.
Oh, I am. I am. I eat a lot of watermelon. Then they usually give me 2 big ones to take home.
Would you like to remind us what Watermelon Day is about? You do this every year, but just for
Oh, okay.
people
So
people that are listening and people that aren't on this screen and
okay.
seeing as well, what?
So there are 2 watermelon days in the United States. There's National Watermelon Day, but there's also Watermelon Day DC, and it's more than about the watermelon. First of all, watermelon has been part of the history of Africans in America, and it was a positive history that got twisted, but we reclaimed it and we're making it positive again. So the watermelon also represents the red, the black, and the green. The red flesh of the watermelon, the green rind of the watermelon, and the black seeds of the watermelon, because black seeds keep on growing. Okay, so we come together and it's a community affair. There'll be spoken word artists, there's going to be musicians. One year we had someone playing the didgeridoo. Didgeridoo. Thank you. I get it twisted sometimes. And it's a rumor going around that this international renowned storyteller is going to tell a tale or two. They always tell me that, but I never see him performing. And there are going to be children, capoeira exhibits, and it's going to be international. It's going to be very diverse. We have people of different generations, different backgrounds, and at one point it's going to be full of Leos, and we're going to have a great time. And it's at the Sankofa Cafe, which is a great bookstore that's Afrocentric. And so we're going to have a lot of fun. So basically, Watermelon Day is a celebration of the community, and it's been done every year for the last 15 years by a wonderfully talented gentleman by the name of Bomani Amar. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And yes, it's going to be a lot of fun. I tell people you're going to have a great time, but if you're not careful, you'll learn something new.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
And
Manuela, you're right.
Manuela has put up a comment, symbol of solidarity. Anyway, we're going to carry on and carrying on. Good to see you. We'll put you back on soon, Baba C.
Oh, yes.
Bye.
Everyone take care.
You're doing right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Yay!
Bye.
And if you want to put something in the hat, feel free.
Oh yeah. I forgot to say that. If you go to the bottom, if you go to the World Storytelling Cafe, click on Baba C and or click on today's stories, and there'll be a little hat. Baba C, as you can see, is starving to death, and there's and he's as bad as sin as my twisted stick, and so if we want to feed him up.
Yes,
because
please.
we need him to survive at least till January. So drop some.
Hey, Baba.
Right.
Take care. Thank you.
Right.
Heck, I think I'm going to go fix lunch. Thank
Right.
you, everybody.
Okay, see you all. Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
All right.
Bye.
Take
Keep
care.
going next
Stay
week, Baba,
blessed.
yeah? We'll speak next week, yeah?
All right. Yes, we will. In the meantime, everyone stay blessed. And remember, it's not your best until it's your best. I have no idea what that means. But anyhow, everyone take care.